Hello church, I'm in Maryland and this is my little niece Annie and she's going to help me record a video today. Actually, what I'm here to tell you is that we have kind of a special kind of a construction update video for you today. That's not important right now. So I recorded a construction update video for you before I left, and not knowing that I had done that, in preparation for us not being able to have a service this Sunday, Pastor Monte and Pastor Scotty and Pastor Wall and Pastor Morris went out to the construction site to record an update video for you. Okay, well, she had enough of that, but anyway, not knowing that I had already recorded something, they went out to the construction site and they recorded a really fun update video for you. Unfortunately, there are a few problems with some of the sound, so what I'm going to attempt to do now is put together a video that shows you a little bit of what I recorded and a little bit of what they recorded, and hopefully you get all the information you need in this one video. So we're going to go ahead and roll the drone montage here at the beginning, and then the rest will be kind of a combination of them and me together, and we'll see what we get. Enjoy.
Welcome, Faith Baptist Church. We're glad you tuned in on this Sunday, a unique Sunday because we're dealing with the coronavirus crisis. But we thought that it would be fun for the church to see what's happening down at the church property. And so this is going to be our construction update. First of all, I want to point out this, the beautiful color of our church. Now, the color will surprise some people, but I think it's a lovely color because we're going to be able to say, we are the green church. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, let's go ahead and start with the most obvious thing. As you can see, the building is starting to turn a little green on top. The green is covering up all of what used to be silver metal. In fact, you can still see a little bit over here. Now, there may have been a little bit of a misconception here at one point in time. People thinking maybe that we were building a metal building, and that is not the case. Obviously, the structure of it is metal, but that silvery metal that you saw on the outside, that was just the first layer of skin, if you will, on our building. Don't worry, we're not building a glorified pole barn. Now, what you see going up right there, that green stuff that's covering the silver metal, is called Den's glass. And the Den's glass, you can think of it basically as exterior drywall. In fact, our drywall crew is actually the ones installing it, and that is the very first layer in the process for putting stucco on the building. Everything that was silver metal and that is currently turning green will eventually have stucco on it, and then everything below that that has the Tyvek wrap on it, that will eventually be brick. So what you see there is the first process, or the first step, if you will, in the process of getting ready for stucco. Stucco itself probably won't go on the building for another few weeks, maybe a month. They've got to let everything get warmed up, and then it's a pretty extensive process, so it'll take a little while. It's hard to see from here, but we also have up here now pointed at our steeple that you saw in the last video, a light, but our steeple is now lit up and it looks absolutely beautiful. There's also a few lights in the roof, or excuse me, up in the ceiling area. They are the carport and along the front, and that is keeping the area very well lit.
They're coming along very well with that, and that's exciting. Now we're going to move inside and show you some of the progress that we've made there.
All right, as we're walking toward the inside of the building here, coming into the carport, you can see that we now have the soffits installed here in the carport, and also over here on the side, there's those lights that I was telling you about. They're off right now because they're on a solar cell, but they'll light up at night. And then along the whole front of the building, all the openings here are covered with visqueen. That's primarily just to keep the wind out. We do have windows starting here pretty soon, but for now, this visqueen helps keep the wind out. And of course, as we come in here into the lobby, you can see that it has changed a lot. So much drywall has been installed. In fact, the vast majority of the drywall is installed. You can see there's still a few places that need some, and they're already beginning the finishing process. Out here in the lobby, they're on the first phase of the finishing process. I'll take you back into the admin wing here in a minute, where you can see there are 3 or 4 steps into the process. So this is coming along very, very nicely. It looks beautiful in here. Well, as we're walking toward the admin wing here, I'll go ahead and tell you some of the other things that have been going on. Obviously, the drywall is the most visible part of the change over here in the building, and it has made the place really look so much closer to what it will ultimately be. But a lot more than just drywall has happened. In addition to the drywall, we actually have our permanent power turned on now. In addition to the permanent power, of course, up here ahead, you can see a lot of the plumbing and the sprinkler system. All of those systems have been pretty much fully installed and tested, and they've passed their inspections. So as areas of the building start getting finished off, we'll be able to start installing things like sinks and toilets and getting those turned on, because our plumbing is all fully functional now, or at least ready to be fully functional.
This, folks, is the west side of the lobby. Come with me, we'll do a quick tour of the administration. Entering here, of course, we have our secretary's office, and many of you have seen this before. The drywall work is getting completed in here. As we go down the hallway, we have, of course, a copy room. This will be a conference room, and then staff offices are lining both walls as we come back. And some staff have very, very bright offices because of the windows that we have there, but other staff have windows that overlook beautiful property where they will be able to observe deer and other wildlife. Turkeys, as a matter of fact, we have sighted turkeys on the property. I'm not just talking about the church staff. There are actual turkeys on the property. Now let's move this way. This is Pastor Monte's office. What we're going to nickname this right now is Coronavirus Central Command Station right here. And so this will be my office eventually as we get completed.
Show them your shower.
I don't have a shower. So the initial plans called for a shower in the pastor. What in the world? Absolutely no necessity for that. And so I, of course, being a good steward, eliminated that completely and just a simple bathroom. So we should be good. It's very nice.
I'm standing in Preacher's office, and this is actually as good a place as any to point out our windows. In the last video, I told you I was hoping for there to be glass in these windows, and as you can see, there's not. But don't worry, that glass is coming really, really soon. Actually, I am told that they should start installing glass probably later today, actually. We'll be putting glass in these smaller windows, like the ones you see over my shoulder. Now, some of the larger windows, like the front of the building, those are gonna take a lot longer to manufacture, so it'll be a few weeks probably for those. And the same company that's putting in our windows is also putting in all of our glass doors. So all of that takes a while to manufacture. But the windows like what's over my shoulder here in Preacher's office, we have something like 18 or 20 of those in this building. They're much simpler to manufacture, and there's so many of them, they can do them in mass. So hopefully later today, they'll have those installed. I wish I could be here to show that to you. I'm actually getting ready to get on an airplane here in just about an hour or two, so I can't hang around to watch that. Hey church, sorry to interrupt the video, but as you can see, I am sitting in the airport. It's only about an hour after I shot the video that you're currently watching, and I've received some texts from our contractor, Chris, sending me pictures of some of the windows going in. So I figured even though I couldn't be able to be there to video them as part of the video that you're watching, I'll go ahead and include a couple of those shots spots right now, so you can see that the windows are in fact going in. This is another exciting milestone. All right, sorry for the interruption. Back to the video.
Notice the windows though, Pastor Scotty. Let's give them a shot of the windows. These are the brand new windows that will be throughout the building, the admin wing, and then the glass for the front is currently being manufactured. Right, here's something we haven't shown you, church. This is the back of the property, and I believe this is Pastor Scotty's office that we're standing in, and this is a view of the back of the property. Now, of course, there's a lot of landscaping yet to be done. Right now, it's a big pile of mud, but eventually, Lord willing, it will be beautiful. And as you can see, the Lord has really given us a beautiful piece of property.
All right, I'm walking into the sanctuary, which is one of the things that you guys want to see the very most. It's one of the places we get the most questions about is here in the sanctuary. I'm kind of teasing you a little bit because this has changed a lot as well. You can see there's drywall. This room is basically almost completely drywall. The room itself is drywall. They're still working on clouds. So I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to turn this camera around and go ahead and show you how far this sanctuary has come. So I'm actually standing on our brand new platform. They started working on this at the end of last week, and they basically finished it a day or so ago. So the whole platform is here, including the choir risers that you can see over my shoulder there. Let's go ahead and turn around here a little bit. You can see these privacy walls, safety walls that kind of serve a dual purpose here. But you can see our walls have been installed. And then, of course, right over here behind me is part of the platform that ultimately will have our pulpit, and that is where preacher will preach to us every Sunday from. Of course, over my shoulder, you can see the baptistry installed. And go ahead and spin around. Hope you didn't get dizzy on that. But as you can see over my shoulder here are clouds. They've got a lot of those drywalled. Still have to do this side. And then a little bit lower down, those are our audio and video rooms. Those have been drywalled in. All the electric has been installed. And those are really coming along as well. So we have had a ton of progress here in this sanctuary. And this is super exciting to see. You can even see on the drywall, they're even beginning the first process of finishing. So this has really gone from being just a really large, cool room to being now what looks like our future sanctuary. That's an exciting milestone.
Follow me, church, as I give you a quick tour of behind the scenes. Come with me. Up these stairs is access, of course, to a storage area for platform equipment and things of the like. And over in this section, we have baptistry changing rooms for baptizing. Those who are being baptized will enter the baptistry from the staircase that is located right here. There's also a staircase on that side that leads directly onto the platform for use there. I want to point out that in keeping with the codes of the county, we have installed a handicap accessible ramp that actually switchbacks around and goes all the way up to the platform. I expect that the choir will often use that in order to enter the auditorium. Here's something Pastor Stephen is really excited about. This is the choir practice room So rather than practicing in the auditorium, he will actually conduct choir practice here. And I want to show you this. I really like this. This platform is extremely strong. I can bounce up and down with all of my
Earthquake!
200 and none of your business pounds, and it doesn't even move. This is tremendous. All right, church, come with me as we go into the educational wing. Again, I want you to notice the drywall, and here we have the doors, the super secretive, super secure doors that will keep our children safe. My main request was for multiple levels of security for our kids, and so we have over here some adult classrooms on this side. They're being framed and drywalled now. Here is the welcome center for the children's area, and then this opening here will be a super secure door. So as I go into the children's area, only those with permission will be allowed here. And then we have children's classrooms, a spacious nursery over here, storage room here, and then let's do one shot of a nice classroom. Look at the size of this classroom. Plenty of educational space as well as places for our children to play. One of the main emphases I have is that we be careful to do something that will augment our children's ministry. I think everyone's going to love this.
Now you can probably already see how bright that room is right there. And what we're doing is we're coming in the back entrance from the secure children's wing into the gymnasium, which has had quite a transformation as well.
Folks, this is the new gymnasium. As you can see, they've made a lot of progress in relation to drywall, but there's a lot left in here to be done. But here's something I'm really excited about. In the words of Scripture, let there be light. And there was light. What a beautiful, bright room to brighten the children on a cold and dreary Indiana winter day.
This is the gymnasium / fellowship hall, and as you can see, they have sprayed the ceiling and all of the higher parts of the wall bright white. This will get another coat, but it's had its first coat. And then they have also installed the 12 LED light units in here. These light units, I have been told, are 28,000 lumens each. I'm not going to do the math on that. Somebody do that. 12 units times 28,000. But needless to say, this is a very, very bright space. Of course, you can see there's also drywall on part of the walls. They'll have the rest of this drywalled here soon. But with all this white paint and these bright LED lights, it's super bright. This will be fantastic for playing basketball games or other types of things like the Awana and junior church events. But don't fear, when we have our fellowship events, if we want to have a nice meal and this is just too bright, all of these lights are dimmable, so we can just bring down the lighting a little bit, set the right mood for whatever the event is that we're having, and it can look really nice in here. Of course, right here, also attached to the Fellowship Hall Gymnasium, is our kitchen. That's an 11-foot wide serving window here, and the kitchen's been fully drywalled as well. Of course, there's the pantry with its own exterior entrance right over here. So this has been drywalled and is coming along nicely. And then this giant kitchen. I think the ladies that work in the kitchen are really going to be happy with this space because there will be space to provide lots of meals here. But we've not only got this nice large 11-foot window into our fellowship space, we've also got a 5-foot serving window that looks out into our hallway here in the education wing. That can be used for teens, that can be used for adult Sunday school classes, things like that if they want to make breakfast before Sunday school.
Church, with the adult classrooms on this side and then our children's wing on this side, the super secure children's wing, I want to point out something cool. Look at the nice curvature to this. Of course, it's not covered with drywall yet. But this area eventually will be our cafe area, a place where people can have coffee and things, but it will be limited to this area so that people don't spill and make a mess. Follow me, church, if you would. Look at this over here, because this, I'm telling you, is the heart of Faith Baptist Church. This is the heartbeat of what we do. You follow me. In this room, this beautiful and spacious room, this is our youth center. And I want to point out that there's plenty of room for our teens, which is very exciting. But over here, very prominent, because that's important to me, very prominent is a platform for the preaching of the Word of God. Our youth ministry is not entertainment. It is edification through the Word. And and Pastor Scotty will be enjoying this space and preaching God's word to our young people. Nothing could be more exciting than that.
All right, as I start making my way out of the building, I hope you've enjoyed this tour, but stay tuned for the next one because we will have a lot more exciting updates soon. We'll have those windows going in. We'll have, of course, primer and paint starting soon. There's still a little bit of framing to be done in certain areas, but this building is just going to continue to look more and more finished as the days, weeks, and months move on. It is truly unbelievable to me how close we're getting to this building being finished and us being able to move in here in just a few months.
That's our tour for today. Be excited about it. Remember, we're not having services today because of the corona thing. We want to be responsive to a health crisis that could affect especially our elderly. But remember as well, we need to be faithful in giving. The Lord is really doing some things. Let's get the victory in every area of our lives. God bless you, and thank you for watching the video today.
All right, we'll wrap up this video outside with one more look over my shoulder at how far along the exterior of this building has come. It's really looking great. How many times have I said that in this video? Not enough though. It's truly amazing what's happening out here. Anyway, that's going to finish this up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for future videos coming soon. And don't forget, in just a few weeks, on Sunday, April 5th, we will have our annual anniversary sacrifice offering where we are praying that the Lord will multiply all that has already been given, and we'll have the largest sacrifice offering we've ever had as we continue to raise funds to pay for this building. It is expensive, but we appreciate your sacrificial giving, not to us, not to this church, but to the Lord, so that we can serve Him here at 3860 East Main Street. Stay excited about what God is doing here. We'll see you in the next video.